Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Tassel, Baltimore. Baltimore Positive. We are positively back here in the place that I text Marcella this morning, and I'm like, there's always like such energy going on when we're here at Koco's Pub. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Maryland Lottery in conjunction with our friends at GBMC. I walked a mile in their shoes last week. We'll be talking more about that. Also, our friends at Farnan and Dermer. And I've been giving away the Maryland Treasures lottery tickets. They're beautiful pieces of art unto themselves. Some local artists, some fun. I haven't had anybody yell, I won, but that usually happens sometime when I'm in the middle of the show. They come up over my shoulder and they hold the ticket up. And, I probably should just get the Maryland Lottery app out now to zap. I call it zapping. You just do the little QR. Beep, beep.
Oh, you mean you don't even scratch it off? You just go right to the QR?
The thing is, I don't win any of the money, but, I have the little scanner, see the little QR guy there, and it goes, boop, and it says, when you're a winner, I get the balloons. And I get to say, hey, you won $5 or $10 or $50 or whatever it is. So Dr. Steve Elliott is no stranger to our audience here, especially if your back's been hurting you anywhere in the north side of Baltimore. He is usually a foil. I try to get you on a couple times a year. When's the last time you were on a show, man? It's been a while, right?
We were at Pappas's.
Steve Pappas was there that day. John Eisenberg was there that day, right?
Yeah, and somebody else. I'm trying to remember. That's terrible that I don't remember.
Was it Barry Stitz, my dude from Curly? Was he there that day?
No.
Jeannie Nesbitt? No.
It was a guy, first time you'd had him on. And he was...
it was John Patty. John Patty was on that day from WBAL.
Yep.
He hasn't come back. John, where are you? It's okay. You can come on,
I mean, I thought he was going to be here because I was here.
You know what? Viviano, who came and did the show here, he is threatened to come back on, so I have to hit him again. So, I'm hitting Jamie Costello, local guy.
Right.
I mean, you're right in the middle of it, right? You're like a real Lock Raven dude.
Yep.
What neighborhood? Are you Bainesville?
Bainesville, yep. I grew up in one of those
old... You grew up in Bainesville.
In Bainesville, in the old duplexes that were
So when
built.
the number 3 bus said Bainesville, I know a guy.
It stopped at the bottom of my street. That's how I got to work on the number 3 when I used to work at Harbor Place.
Yeah, where'd you work? Oh, hold on. I don't even know this about Dr. Steve.
Yeah,
I've been fixing my back for 28 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
when Harbor Place opened, I worked at Phillips.
What did you do at Phillips? Listen to a lot of jazz music, for sure.
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, I waited tables. I was the world's worst waiter. I was horrible. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Really bad.
Anna's fried dough upstairs, right? Swenson's ice cream going on, right?
All that stuff, right?
No Hooters yet. By far, Hooters
City
was
Lights,
not there.
City
Lights, of course.
American, what was it? American Cafe?
Cafe Americain.
Yeah,
right.
That was there. I was so bad that they would put me. They would put me in the back of the restaurant, and the only people that sat in that section were people that would come on a bus trip. And there was more blue hair than you would ever going to find in a natural environment.
Now, you weren't doing the buffet thing. You were doing order off the menu.
I was
fried
a waiter.
Crab cakes.
Yeah. I would make
Phillips
about.
was big tootin'.
It was huge.
Dude.
I mean, it was huge.
When my mother, who loved me dearly, that you never really knew, that mother, my real mother, when in the early 80s, when she wanted to do something really, my best memories of her were going to Phillips and getting lobster and filet mignon.
Yeah.
And that was she would take me down there twice a year to do that in 1981, 82, 83. And I probably did that with her 6 to 8 times, but that's where we went.
It was her prime rib.
In 1982, I mean, when my mom had some extra money, that's where she wanted to take me.
Yeah. It was great because I would make about $16. That's how bad a waiter I was. I would make about $16, and my parking ticket was $17.
Oh, man.
So,
you were illegally parking?
No, I would park legally, but I wouldn't get out in time to put more money in the
Dude,
in the
McCormick
meter.
was still there.
That's where I was parking.
Right?
Yeah.
At the McCormick lot.
Yeah, the McCormick lot.
And it was either a pepper day or a cinnamon day.
You
right?
could smell it in the air. You could taste it. You could taste it as you walked across the street.
Oh, my God. Of the garlic?
Oh, yeah.
Just get up on you, man.
Yeah. You'd run across Light Street like a crazy person because the cars were all going 65 miles an hour.
God, we're talking old Baltimore, Steve. Look at us, man. So I've got a whole gig I want to talk to you about with my back and posture. And I'm going to wet my whistle to do that. We're here at Koco's. It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Dr. Steve Elliott, tell everybody what you do and how we got involved in this lifelong friendship.
In this relationship?
Yes.
So I'm a chiropractor, and I practice on Joppa Road between Lockhaven and Perring Parkway, and I stumbled into your radio station early on in my career, right?
You didn't know it was early on. Some people thought it was the end.
You never know what's ahead, right? Time is a river flowing backwards, right? Anyway, anyway, I had heard your station, and I thought this guy he's a bit of an outsider, right? From the outside looking in, sort of working the fringe. And I always used to think that sort of in that framework, in healthcare in Baltimore, chiropractors were also on the outside looking in. We were sort of on the fringe. So I thought, I got to get in touch with this guy, and I want him to advertise. I want to advertise with him. And that's how I called your station.
You called me like within the first month of having a radio station. And July or August.
And Steve came out.
I remember meeting you. It was a summer. Windows were open. It was, that kind of thing.
But, I remember Steve coming out, and he was, talking to me about, rates and blah, 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 and all this stuff that I didn't really understand because I had opened in 97. I had never done any radio advertising. And next thing you know, you came out and said, "Hey, let's create an arrangement."
I was a believer.
Yeah, because you used to go to Bartlinsky.
Joe Bartlinsky.
Yeah.
But I used to take Bob Haney home after he interned for me, and Bob lived in Brooklyn, and Joe Bartlinsky was down in Brooklyn.
Yep.
The other Bartlinsky was down further down, more Pasadena.
Right. Crane Highway.
Yeah. So I had gotten introduced to chiropractic before to learn about it a little bit because it's not something they teach you at Dundalk High or Dundalk Community College or University of Baltimore. God bless you, Kirk Schmoke. I did not get that sort of training when I was there, or even when I was a reporter going to rock concerts and doing sports and sports medicine and people breaking bones and getting hurt. Right?
Baltimore was a backwater for chiropractic care. It had always been that way since the 30s. We had large medical institutions here between Hopkins,
sure.
University of Maryland complex. So chiropractic care was not very popular, very common in Baltimore. Now you go to New Jersey, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a chiropractor.
Okay.
But in Baltimore, it was really on the DL. Not too many people partaking. It was actually.
Early 90s, Yalich did a lot of advertising, and I knew Larry a little bit.
Yep.
He's a Pittsburgh guy, I think, wasn't he? Maybe?
I think so.
Yeah. He advertised on BAL when I was first on the radio in the early.
He was really
the first time
up.
Josh Lewin was here, and I do love Josh. Good to have you back in Baltimore. It's great. Actually, it's great to hear your voice. It's refreshing. So nonetheless, but the first time he was here, I'm talking about that was Yalich was an advertiser.
He was a big advertiser.
Right, yeah.
Right? And he blew up. He had multiple offices all over town.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of my good buddies, Alan Sokoloff, had the Yalich clinic down in Glen Burnie.
Well, and I know Alan from the Ravens for years and
right.
years.
And Alan was the chiropractor for University of Maryland, UMBC, and the Ravens. And
Nestor once or twice.
Yeah, right. So Alan's a good buddy of mine, and so anyway, I actually interviewed to work for Sokoloff. For Yalich.
Okay.
Yeah, when I first got out of school, and we found out that we weren't really meshing with what we were looking for into the future. I was looking for a place to go and learn things and get out and do my own thing.
Right.
He was looking for somebody that was going to stay around for a while and be a long-term associate.
Sure.
Right. But I wanted to have my own practice. But I did an interview with him, and we had it. It was a great talk. Very interesting. He was a guy who was running, thousands of people through, several large offices.
Well, and I guess in the early part of our relationship, and even to this day, I had a friend about a year and a half ago. You got to get away from that chiropractor. Mad at me because they don't believe in what you do. And then there's the other side of, oh, yeah, well, I've got 30 years of experience, practical experience, and I'm about to, get into this with you because And I just put my phone somewhere because it listens to you, right? So it listens to you. Then, so what had happened was I was booking my trip to South America, and I started getting served ads for seat cushions, right? That would make my butt better. And what am I, L3, 4? What's going on back there? I'll break all HIPAA here, but it's okay, whatever it is.
Yes, about that.
Yeah,
space
down low, right? So, something just moved there. So this is a great example of something that I do, and I love everyone here at Koco's. They know that, but sitting on a hard seat, I would say a church pew or a wooden seat, it's like the Rocky movie. It breaks me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're my chiropractor. You know this. He loves me. So it got to me here where I brought the old seat cushion with the soot on my face thing. You remember that? Yes, you remember that. So I brought that, and that's not a very good cushion. It's 30 years old. It was a $5 cushion. And then Jen's like, hey, we've got this cushion we have on our couch. Take this. And I've been sitting on that, and you know that when I come to you after doing 4 hours of sitting, here, Costas, I stand at Fadley's. That helps me a little bit, especially now that the floor's level in the new place. So I am challenged by being 58. I walked 23,000 steps in New York 48 hours ago, and you're the one that, like, Humpty Dumpties and puts me back together again, right? And my wife's got a hamstring issue now because she's had cancer twice and things fall apart. And it's about posture, sitting. I got to call David Knoll over at MOI and get my computer screen so, like, I'm ergo right. But, like, all of this keeps me away from you, and I like seeing you when I just need an adjustment, not where, like, my neck
falling apart.
Yeah, dude. And part of falling apart are bad habits with this damn evil Satanist device that we can't live without, the mobile device.
Yep.
And how many heads go like this all day long, and I've got these drifting glasses that I got to talk to Brian about where, like, I got to do the neck up and neck down in the computer. And you're my chiropractor, and I told you this was happening, and I ordered this seat based on what my clone was telling me to do. I sat in this seat, and I flew from BWI to Panama City, not the one in Florida with the oysters, the one in the canal with El Presidente. That's actually Nicaragua, right? He was Nicaraguan. He was Panamanian. Yeah. Panamanians, Mariano Rivera was Panamanian. So anyway.
He might be the president by
But
now.
I landed in Panama. I actually watched baseball that night. And then I landed in Montevideo, and you can do that. It's a long airplane ride. Probably 14 hours of flying. And I got up off the plane in Montevideo, and I'm like, oh, my God, I found this great device. So I flew a couple places, and I got to Lima, Peru, and I had a really awful connection. And I jumped off the plane, and I left it. And I didn't have it the rest of the way. I would have liked to have had it the rest of the way. My wife got one for Italy and has gifted it to me. Thank you. We're going to get 2 more. And I am sitting on it right now, Steve. That's why I'm a little higher.
Is that why you're taller than me?
That's why I'm taller than you. See, because I said to him, I'm taller than you. Because, see, I'm, like, floating. And, like, don't tell anybody, all right? Nobody listens to this show anyway, Steve. I had a waterbed for, like, 20 years. This, to me, feels like an advanced version of sitting on a waterbed. And I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to come and see you at the end of this shift. I've got great guests coming up today on the program. And you know that I can't stand. I have to sit to do this. I'm going to have these segments. We're doing a segment on diabetes today. I got all the guests coming in. Todd Schuler's coming by today. We're going to talk about law. Let's see. Andy's coming by. And Casper Wells, former big leaguer. Gary Adornato, who I worked with at the Dundalk Eagle in 1983 or 84, is coming by. We're going to talk about high school sports. So I'm going to be sitting here through all these segments, right? And then I'm going to head back to Towson. I'm going to see you. And you're going to tell me as to whether this thing is not some semblance of a $32.95 miracle that I found on eBay.
So I will be very politic about that. If you spent $33, I will make sure that you think it's working.
is it keeps the weight
Yes.
off of my spine because the way can I show it to you? You haven't seen it yet.
I just see the edge of it. I just see the edge.
It has a little bit, maybe too much air in it, but when I show it to you, you're going to be like, that looks like you need to blow it up. You're going to put it in the pool.
No.
So this thing
you're
is literally...
You're better off with it being a little soft because what it does is it will...
Now, I'm going to sit back down here on the hard surface and not... Oh, dude, that's like a world of difference. So this is the little seat. It's called a Cabo, Cabeau. It says this side down in front. So your nature would be to plop down like this, like you would sit and think that this. No, it's the exact opposite and upside down. Yeah. So this is the way you sit.
Yeah.
Took me a minute to figure that out.
Yeah.
And anywhere I put it, but I would tell you right now, Dr. Steve Elliott is here. He is my chiropractor, Elliott Chiropractic Life. Love all, serve all. No, I think that was already taken. But so now I'm tall again. I can't begin to tell you over 5 hours
how it saves
how much this is going to rescue me.
Yeah.
Even to the point. Well, now, like, I would be honest. My Jen struggled with this because she's got shorter legs, right? So on the plane, she's like, I liked it, but I needed a footrest. So she went and she got a footrest. So for work, because she's being bothered. I mean, we're all this is the best announcement or pronouncement or a proclamation. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, like all that gift from the gods is like you help fix all of this, but I'm breaking it all day, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, that thing is doing a great job for you. Everybody's different with regard to what works. And the problem is you can't just say, hey, this is for everybody, because it's not for everybody. It's going to be for certain people. That's what I mean. I used to sell pillows. I used to sell stuff in my office. You know what? I stopped doing that because you don't know what's going to work for somebody based upon, hey, I like this pillow. It should work for you. Well, guess what? You're a different person, right? So you've got different biomechanics, a different spine.
Do you want to tell everybody what a jackwagon I was when I first met you? And what the original problem I had with my ass was.
Oh, geez, I don't remember that.
I had a I'm looking at your wallet.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
I used to put my I had a Raven wallet with a Raven bird on it.
It was thick.
And it was thick. It had credit cards, Marriott rewards cards.
Yeah, just
like
crap.
all the things that are now in your app, right? Yeah. Had pictures of my kid, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's what we kept in our wallets,
and
right? Cash. And the credit cards were thicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had it in my right ass cheek for years and years and years.
Bad
I would
move.
come in and say sciatic, like whatever that electricity was. And I literally had a bad habit that I was never going to be fixed. Like you telling me I shouldn't sleep on my face, which I also did for 25 years. And you said, dude, you need to learn to sleep on your back. It helps your neck. And you explained it all to me.
It worked.
Apparently, I'm not a good listener.
No, you're a great listener. It's just, okay, you're an okay listener. Let's not go over the top.
It took me... Dude, you were going to strap a tennis ball to my chest.
I told you to stick a tennis ball in a pocket on your T-shirt, and you will not sleep on your tummy anymore.
I'm speaking gospel to people here on the show right now of things for me that have severely impacted and caused me great pain.
Right. So
because I had bad habits.
Did you tell them that you took the wallet out of your pocket and no longer sat on it because it was like
25 years ago?
It was like having a high heel shoe on
and
one
within
foot.
a week and a half, I was fixed. And then computers happened, right? Like now we have all of that going on. You know?
I mean, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something that affects us. Whether it's, there's always one thing going on for everybody, and that's gravity. There's nothing you can do about that. So how do you get around that? And how do you keep yourself strong?
She won $5. High five. Hey, yo, go. All right. $5. All right.
Nice.
Love that. Good.
So anyway, we're going to battle gravity all our lives. There's nothing we can do about that. But there's other things we can do along the way, right? Don't sit on a big fat wallet on one side. Try to sleep on your back if possible. Put a pillow under your knees while sleeping on your back. Use a pillow that supports your neck, not just your head.
When I eat at Koco's, I eat at the bar on the padded stools that they literally they had. So but here when I do the show, I would bring a little padded cushion because I'm going to die if I don't. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't work for you.
And every airplane was going to be different.
Yep.
And I went for this device, and it really worked for me.
Yeah.
So much so that I'm going to sit in it at home. But I'm convinced that my problem here that I have is on the video, it's left shoulder, is because of the computer screen.
Yeah.
And I've already learned to not wear my real glasses here because I would be
up
up
to
here.
look through the bottom of your
and
lens.
then I come and see you about 6 o'clock tonight. I'd be like, Steve, fix me. And you touch the side of my neck, and you'd be like, dude, what have you been doing all day?
Yeah.
Sitting on a hard surface like this, cocked this way, trying to sit normal and do the airplane seat thing. The airplane seat thing's the worst ever, right?
Yeah.
Fly to Vegas with your wife 4.5 hours,
No.
and you're turned in you're cocked like this, talking the whole way because the seats don't allow for you to.
There's no room.
There's no room. So halfway through, we changed seats, so we then sort of undo what we did. Otherwise, I'm going to land in Vegas and
you could just stop talking.
There's not enough vodka to make my back feel better when I'm out of line. You know this,
No. No, it's not the best way to go about it, but I mean, it works for some people.
Am I the worst patient you've ever had in the best partnership? And they're because we like each other, but from a chiropractic standpoint, from just a pure, I've seen you once a week, every week for almost 30 years, sometimes twice a week, sometimes twice a day, sometimes at my wife's bedside when she's half alive, all sorts of, on the table at the barn back in the, right? I mean, I have video of that.
Right, yeah.
So, right now, if I were hurting a little bit, you could figure out my neck. Is it typical that somebody like me, as I fall apart over 30 years, needs somebody more and also needs to educate myself about diet, sleep, the tennis ball you told me about all these years ago? I mean, I'm really kissing your butt right now here at Koco's because, had I taken your advice at 33, right?
Yeah.
I would have been in better shape all along. Now I really have to plot things out, even to the point where I have an ass cushion, Steve, that has to go everywhere I go.
You don't have to tell everybody.
I just think I got a little taller on the radio.
I mean, I could have just said, just sit on a donut, right? That's a thing that people do. Anyway.
Oh, God, I just got a little adjustment there going. My chiropractor. Gosh.
Everybody's different, Nestor. You are one of those people that might be a little bit more sensitive than John Doe, okay, than the guy on the street. Your system is a little bit more finely tuned than some. I have some people, you could hit them with a hammer and it's not going to do anything to them. And other people, you look at them wrong and their back goes out. It's just the nature of humanity. Everybody fits on a spectrum, from the most sensitive to the most stubborn, hardy, whatever you want to call them. So, I'm not going to say that you're the worst or the best. You fit somewhere on the spectrum of spinal care that I've seen in the last 37
Well, I got
years.
rid of the wallet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I started sleeping on my back.
That only took a while to.
Right? I mean,
It took a while to get you on your back.
I have identified even a year ago. I had I was losing my vision a little bit.
Yeah.
My prescription was going weird.
Yeah.
And that was doing really, really weird things to my neck.
That took a while.
That was a 6 to 8 week process to figure out it was my vision.
Yeah.
That it wasn't, and it was that created my postural problems. That really, have shut me down. And obviously, my friends at Planet Fitness keeping me healthy. What?
This is the bane of our existence going forward.
Like this.
Everybody. Neck. Yeah, absolutely. People that used to have beautiful curves in their neck 25, 30 years ago no longer do. I see young folks come in with loss of curve in their neck, right? And that's not great. Loss of curve in the neck is not great. It leads to problems down the road. And people that used to,
and as humans, we're not built to have the
no,
because our head's a 10-pound bowling ball, right? I mean, it's meant to sit in the socket up here. It just is, right?
I mean, it's meant to look across the horizon. That's why our eyes are positioned the way they are and the way our head moves the way it does.
The way I walked through Manhattan on Monday with my head up, and that's why I felt better on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, our structure is to look forward and across the horizon. We're looking for...
I can see those crab cakes in the kitchen right here at Koco's.
I haven't seen one yet.
Come on.
So that's how we're built. We're not built for this, right? So stare at a device all day. And it puts a lot of strain on the neck and changes neck bone positions so that we lose our curve in our neck. And that has long-term ramifications for, I'm going to say, for the population.
I would just want to say to people, be aware of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've become far more with the issues I've had the last year and a half with my neck, even through all of the yoga I do, and I'm a warrior. I mean, but even all of that, if I'm sleeping wrong or I catch myself on my phone or I catch myself in bad posture, but the one thing for me is just this thing I have. I mean, it's literally like a pool, like something you'd sit on in a pool, right? And just moving around on it a little bit, and the give, and the fact that you could do some sort of Pilates kind of, moves on it.
It's recruiting musculature that you don't typically recruit, right? So you're sitting differently.
Dude, tell me about my psoas. Tell them.
What, about how?
It fell apart during the plague because I wasn't moving.
Right.
I didn't have a stand desk until David Knoll from MOI hooked me up with a stand desk. I was only working sitting. How much was I working? 18 hours a day.
What
it's
else
a freaking plague, dude.
Right, yeah, right.
I sat, and I sat more, and I sat more, and I got off the yoga mat because my studio shut down, right?
Right.
I mean, literally, I was a victim of COVID in that way with my back from having the awful habit of sitting and working. But not doing it in a way that was smart.
Right.
That's all.
Right. Sitting in a chair. Sitting in a chair is tough, right?
You and I can talk sports, and I love but this is for me. That's what I mean about me being like a chronic patient, but also this work of 30 years of you seeing me go from being a 30-year-old guy to a 60-year-old guy, and having all of these bad habits that. If I weren't a rockhead, you said young people doing this thing, right? How are you going to change that?
It's going to be tough, right? People are going to need to be aware. I mean, listen, I find myself doing it. I'm no saint. I'm human like everybody else. I find myself at the end of the day on the couch if I'm looking at something on my phone. Yeah, and then I'm like, whoa, hold on, right?
Get up.
Got to get up and move. Put that thing down. So it's not easy, right? We have become sort of slaves to that thing. Really, I mean, all of our information travels through it, and I don't know how to get around it. But that's not my role.
I didn't know that mic was hot till you hit it with the phone. Boom!
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it was cool though. Yeah. I turned it down. It's all good.
All right. So
I don't think anybody said the F word.
I didn't.
No.
That I know of.
No, not yet. Dr. Steve Elliott's my guest. We're here at Koco's doing the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. It's all brought to you by our friends at GBMC. I had a $5 winner come by a minute ago. I hold the tickets up. Tickets are beautiful, too. I got a Shirley Temple because Boz hooked that up. So there's nothing special in here. It's way too early in the morning for all that. I'm trying to feel at home here. Also, our friends at Farnon and Durham, they're the comfort guys. They made me a lot more comfortable. Jen hit me. The morning I went to Minneapolis. 6 in the morning, my phone goes off. She's like, got a flood. Call Farnon and Durham. Ooh, the comfort guys. Sean got there in about an hour and a half, so I am appreciative. Get on that. It's going to be warm again here. Then it's cold, then it's warm, then it's cold, then it's warm. Dr. Steve Elliott is located on Joppa Road, right between Paring and Loch Raven. The first time I met you, I remember the big golf club that was out in your parking lot. Do you remember this? It was like a big golf club.
Well, the next door neighbors they sold clubs.
But they had a gigantic golf club that you could see from 695.
I don't remember that.
Past Bob Davidson Ford.
No, I don't remember that. I remember the bull. There used to be a bull on the top of Kelly's Deli, which was about 4 doors down from me.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big fiberglass cow.
Well, look, man, I've been getting my hair cut with Sam Lamantia.
Right there.
Gentleman's Gentleman. You know what? I was getting adjusted with you before I went there to get my hair cut.
Really?
Yeah. Even though I knew them through Ed Block.
Yeah.
But I had a different hairstylist at that point in my life. Then I woke up and got Paul, and now look at me.
You still have hair. You still have hair.
Hey,
it's still nice
some
and
New
thick.
York rock and roll hair.
Right?
It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. I have the Maryland Treasures. You want Bay Bridge? You want herons and crabs and eagles? I think that's Blackwater. Do you want Assateague ponies? Or the most popular one lately has been this boardwalk one is like orange. So I think it just brings more attention. Which one do you want?
I think I need the Bay Bridge because my wife is petrified to drive across it.
Yeah, it's a little
knuckly. That might be the winner. The ironic nature of this.
Tell everybody about coming in to see you for the first time, because I just talked about getting the plumber, HVAC. Everybody's used to that. How often do you see somebody, I mean, literally every day of your life that has never had a chiropractor and they're maybe a little afraid of you, that makes a sound? Like all of the things that would bring them to you they're already in pain, or they've already done 5 other things.
Keep them from coming to me.
Right, okay, right. Yeah, okay.
There are loads of different ways to improve people's, health in their spine. And, if somebody is really nervous about that concept of an adjustment, or the popping noise. I mean, there's techniques that we utilize that don't make any of that noise. There are techniques that we can utilize that are basically non-force techniques. They're just based upon gravity and position. So there's lots of ways to take care of folks. I mean, there are probably between 140 and 160 different adjusting styles or techniques out there that are documented, taught in schools, and they all have their different parameters. What leads the chiropractor to decide, okay, this is the segment to adjust and this is the time to adjust it. But what we do is in school you're going to learn 3, 4, or 5 different adjusting techniques, and you're always going to keep a couple in your back pocket for those folks that don't respond, or for those folks that are very nervous about any sort of force.
As a longtime patient with you, I can definitely say that sometimes you assess me a little differently, and I'm hyper aware of where things are, and good at communicating with you. And that's one of the wonderful things that we have that makes our radio situation a little more awkward. But I think the fact that you put out my fires, once you start doing that, then people, it becomes very clear that it might hurt here because it's locked there. Right? I mean, and I think conceptually, I didn't even understand that well 25 years ago. I feel like I know more the last 10 years about all the dumb ish I was doing that was bringing me to you, like having a wallet on my ass every minute of every day and refusing to move it to my front pocket. That's all.
I went to school in the South. The chiropractic school was in Atlanta, right? And a lot of our instructors were Southern gentlemen and ladies. And, the South has a great way to turn a phrase. And one of the professors used to talk about, you step on a dog's tail, he barks out the other end, right? The problem's at the tail, but the warning's coming at the other end.
Right?
So that was always makes me laugh, because people were like, but it hurts here. I said, yeah, it might hurt here, but that's the result of this over here not moving properly.
Right.
So we need to get we need to take that pressure off that nerve.
Listen, Steve, man, I could go all day with you, and I got some other guests, and you got to get back and get Mom a crab cake as well. But that part of it, and even what Trump didn't understand about the plague and what a virus, the notion that I grew up with, take a pill for that. You get a backache, I'm getting an ad on TV saying take a Doan's pill.
Yep.
Right? I mean, literally take a pill for that. So that is, you're kind of fighting.
It's an uphill climb, right? You're swimming against the stream in this particular culture. We are very medically oriented, and as I was saying earlier, in Baltimore, even more so, because we're the home of Johns Hopkins and the University of Maryland Medical Complex. And so, we're very med-centric in this culture. I mean, medicine's great for certain things, right? But they're not great for prevention, right?
Sure.
Right? They're not great for some of these physical issues that go on. They're not great for maximizing people's potential in certain aspects of their lives, neurologically and physiologically. But they're really good for when stuff starts going downhill fast and you're in trouble. They will stop that downhill slide, right? And hopefully start to pull you out. So then you can again undertake the things you need to do health-wise to get better?
Well, I was not going to have the S word surgery, but I do have a checkup at GBMC next week. It's my first checkup in many, many, many years. So I even got my week in check in, check in online and do all that.
Hey, you have an appointment with us.
I know. I'm working on it, man. I told my friend I walked a mile in their shoes last week for the SAFE program on sexual abuse awareness, and I'm going to have my buddy Andy's coming by today. We'll talk some more with him about that issue as well. We're going to talk about diabetes today. My buddy Todd Schuller's coming by and talking about the law, and certainly going to talk about the Preakness. He's going to have some very candid thoughts on the Preakness and selling off to the gypsies at Churchill Downs. Steve Elliott has been my chiropractor for almost 30 years. You can find him. You want phone number? How do you want people to find you? Call Allison.
ElliottChiro.com and 410-882-7670.
All right, so your mom loves crab cakes. I'm going to get you some crab cakes to go. It's the least I could do for you, fixing my back. And my new little toy, you can actually see it now. But, I steal so much candy. As a boy, I used to go into the bank and get Dum-Dums at the mall.
Oh, yeah.
And that was part of going to, if you went to the bank with your parents, you got to go up to the teller and they gave you a Dum-Dum, Or sometimes it was less than that. It was some non-denominational lollipop that was lime or something awful. The yellow one, the lemon, the lime. Who wanted those? I always wanted the grape or the red.
Exactly.
You got to get the cherry or the Tutti Frutti. So your place is the place I like. I steal a lot of chocolate from your family. I know it's there to be shared, so I want to share crab cakes with you today. Crab cakes for chocolate. What do you think?
That sounds like a good trade. I do have a candy basket on my front counter. Everybody tells me I shouldn't have it there because it's not healthy, it's not good for you. But,
it's fun. Don't take it away.
All things in moderation.
Don't take it away.
All things in moderation, even moderation.
Sometimes I take two.
Oh.
Well, the Werthers are really good.
Then you do owe me a crab cake.
A little toffee. It's nice. Dr. Steve Elliott is my dude. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Maryland Lottery, GBMC, as well as Farnan and Dermer. We're here at Koco's. I have a Shirley Temple. I have a lot of guests coming by. We have an NFL draft that we're looking ahead and forward and over the hill with that Luke and I will be checking out as well. All that breaking news will happen first on the WNST Tech Service. That is brought to you by Cole Roofing and Gordian Energy. Bill Cole's been hiding from me. We're going to Vegas together in a couple weeks. I'll be able to figure all that stuff out as well. But back in the cockpit here, next week we're going to be at Pizza John's on the 1st. We're going to be at Planet Fitness in Timonium on the 7th. We're going to be at Fadley's on the 13th, and then at the Fishmonger's Daughter in Catonsville on the 21st. I got a little sneak preview of that the other night, and it's a damn fine cheeseburger from the Fishmonger's Daughter. That's all I'm going to say. Steve Elliott is my dude. You can find him over at Joppa Road. Do not be afraid. The gentle chiropractic care that I have been talking about here at AM 1570 is available to you. Back for more from Koco's. Crab Cake Tour is alive and may include a bowl of cream of crab soup because it's tasty. Stay with us.